turning on Bookmanager's new prepay system is a snap. First step is ensuring you have the correct up-to-date version of Bookmanager that has the prepay system enabled. So you want to get an update to your system if you have a version before July 7th. I would also say if you're running a version from July 7th to the 13th, you'll also want to get an update. We first released Prepay on July 7th, and since then we've made some tweaks. So July 14th and newer contains the most up-to-date and bug-free version of Prepay. Not to say that July 7th is broken, but there have definitely been some refinements since then. So you want to use the D for data transfer, update Bookmanager menu to download the latest version. The next thing you want to do after you've updated to a version that has Prepay is to turn it on. By default, it is not turned on. We may change this down the road, but for now, it is not enabled by default. So you will want to go to the Alt-S for setup menu, and then under ordering, at the very bottom, you will have a enable special order prepay system. You'll just want to toggle this to a yes. Simple as that. The last step with prepayments is making sure that your receiving session is posting special orders as held sales to the point of sale. For most of you, this is the norm. This is happening automatically. It's part of your day-to-day and has been for years. But some stores, especially those who have maybe been doing prepays as the kind of alternative recommended method by selling things into the negative on hand, oftentimes those stores are disabling held sales or disabling the receiving function to create and post those automatically. So you will need to make sure with this new system that you are in fact using held sales and you are having receiving post those special orders that are just received as helds. This is a mandatory setting to use the new prepay system. So if you haven't been using helds before, you will need to be using helds in this new system. If you're not wanting to use helds, then the prepay system is probably not for you. To check if you're unsure if you are posting helds, creating helds from special orders, you can go to any station that you do receiving on, and this is a station specific setting, meaning that you're going to have to check all the stations that you normally do receiving on because it can differ from station to station. But you'll want to go into receiving on one of these stations and look up any invoice that has a special order. So I'm just going to arrow through here and I see that this invoice here has some special orders on it. So I'm just going to load it, get into it, and escape out of it. And once I've gone through the process receiving menu here, what I want to make sure is that this option is enabled. Now in my Play system, we don't have this enabled, and this is a great example of we need to make sure that option A is selected. And then what you want to do is choose option Z to save these settings as the default. So if I choose Z now, and then Y for yes, now this add special orders to point of sale is a default. It is saved. It will turn on every time I do receiving. So this has to be turned on. So once you've gotten an update, you've enabled the prepay setting in the Alt-S for setup, and you've ensured that you've turned posting of helds to the point of sale from receiving, you're all set to do prepayments.